Hi, Pete here. My jam is I'm tired. Anyway, what I've done here is I had a failed video. I took a nice video showing how to drill this hole for the stuffing tube. So now I'm just going to tell you what I did. Most of you do know. You make your mark back here. Well, now there's a hole where the mark was. To put your stuffing tube in, then you drill your hole. Now, if you look here really carefully, I'll use this for a pointer. You can see that when I drilled my hole, I made a nice smooth channel all the way up. And I did a pretty good job because I got a fairly even amount of wood left on both sides of this main spar here. Now what I did was, after I drilled my hole, I slid this tube in the hole. And you see how this tube slides nice along this wood here, right? Slides right in there. Well, these tubes are pretty nice. And this being a piece of balsa, I just kind of shaved away with this tube, to chip out these pieces. And it does a really fine job to help you get your tube path. Well, see, my motor is going to mount up here. Here's my motor. It's on an aluminum adjustable stand. I robbed it out of my old boat. Why not use the same stuff over? I mean, it saves you money when you spend an awful lot on these boats. So anyway, motor's going to sit in here, something like that. And then the shaft is going to sit up about this far. And you have that distance there for a bare, unsupported flex shaft. But as you see, this is a nice straight line. And what's going to happen here is I'm going to put my batteries to the back here, like this. This is my battery tray where they're going to sit. I use Velcro on my trays. Let's see, look at there, how nice that's going to be. It's going to be nice and clean. Batteries are going to sit there. I use 2 thin strips of Velcro on the batteries, because if you use it as wide as these trays, that stuff hangs on so hard you'll rip your battery trays out. And the Velcro holds them down really good. I mean, I've flipped my boats and hit geese with them, and I don't recommend hitting geese because the geese will flap it up, flap their big gnarly wings and trash your boat. And I do mean trash your boat. The last time a goose hit my boat, it cost me over $100. So I avoid the waterfowl. Literally, getting a foul by foul. Woohoo! And I have to put a joke in there. But anyway, you can see the battery tray will sit there. It's pretty nice. And then the motor will be up in there. It's cooking because it moved. Let's see if I can make it sit straight for you guys. And see, that'll look pretty nice. All up there, out of the way. And you got all that easy room to change your batteries. That'll be awesome. I'm going to love it. I know. I saw one guy think this is a funky way to do stuff. One fellow mounted his stuff just like I'm showing you, and he went out and blew everybody's doors off with his boat. So, he was a racer, got a nice big fat trophy for a national for this boat. The guy's name is Darren Jordan. If anybody hears me drop that name and knows who he is, you're going to know he's one hot racer. And he has all kinds of awesome boats. So I'd say find Darren Jordan on offshore electric builds and read about what he does. He does some way slick stuff, and he gives lots of detailed information, which is really nice. Now back here, I've drawn some lines back here so you can see what I was, basing all my measurements off of. Now, I've got these nice little angular trim tabs. They're made out of this piece of billet machined aluminum. And these particular ones have a nice little angle carbon fiber that goes on here with 2 adjusting screws. I'm not going to mess with the adjusting screws right now. I'm just going to show you where I mount these. Right back here, you see this measurement of 5 centimeters? That's the width of this trim tab right here. Now, it's 1.5 centimeters from the corner to this outboard edge of the trim tab. It will lay something like this. And now, when you're looking at this on the bottom, you do not want this to be below the water line. You want this to be just a fuzz. And you know, the width of this plywood that's on the bottom is perfect. You got just a little space there that's a catch to your finger. You're doing pretty good. Because this trim tab will bend down well below that. And these are great because the transom on the boat, it doesn't bend very good. But the trim tab, awesome, and you can adjust it. These you can adjust like this corner down more than this corner, or even. You just kind of have to play with your particular boat's trim tab and find out what works best for your boat. Okay, now, and then these marks, of course, are for this thing's brother on this side. Well, that's enough of the trim tab. We're going to go to the prop shaft holder and the standoff plate that goes with it. I'm using this particular one. I have it. The whole system was like about $150. So I am reusing this bad boy. Okay, you can see I marked out where this is going to go. It's going to go something like this. Okay, and it points right straight up in that hole that I drilled earlier. I'm sorry, my camera had a malfunction and I couldn't, you know, show you me drilling the hole. But anyway, this is where this is going to go.